and you're new to the channel, I'm Vanduyn. And so I wanted to do a quick little, and they give you the money. If they don't think you can pay it back, then they're not giving you the money. You know, a lot of times there's collateral involved. And the reason I say it's not really a good business is because the profits are so low when you do it that way. When you don't own the dump truck, you make almost $0 because so much of that money goes back into paying for the truck and paying for your insurance. As a first year business owner, it's very expensive, right? I think you can make quite a bit more profit if you buy an old used dump truck and you work on it yourself and you pay cash for it. I think your profit margins are going to be much higher. Will you have to work more? Yes, you will have to work more. Okay, there's no shortcut to greatness, right? What's up, Sid? Welcome everybody that's just now joining the live stream. I wanted to do a Q&A, talk a little bit about, how to buy a dump truck. So when you go to buy an old dump truck, you got a couple ways to find the dump truck. You can go on to, truck paper. You can go on to Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. You can go to an auction. You can do an online auction. There's several ways that you can, you know, buy a used dump truck. The method that I preferred was, finding someone on a website like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, because I could go and I could look at the machine, I could turn it on, I could test drive it, I could talk to the guy face to face that owns it. I can see, you can do a lot more in depth. When you buy it on an auction, you don't really get to do all those things. Sure, you get to go and look at it. Maybe they let you turn it on. I don't think they're going to let you take it for a spin around the yard. I don't think they do that at auctions. I could be wrong though, depending on the auction. If there's somebody there, they might do it for you. So, anyways, we got 15 people in the live stream right now. Go ahead and hit that like button, and then write down in the chat a question. Yeah, I'm going past Fort Lewis. That's the sucky thing about doing live streams on the move. When you go in and out of different cell service areas, sometimes it's not very clear. So Justin put out a hit piece today. I did a couple YouTube shorts. Yeah, it is poor connection. Should get better by the time I get to the freeway, though. Usually, when I'm on the freeway, I have a pretty good connection. Good old Western Star. That's an old truck. So I wanted to do a live stream, answer some of the guys' questions about buying a dump truck. I could talk to you about buying a brand new dump truck, or I can talk to you about buying an old dump truck. Write the comments down in the chat, and I'll answer those to the best of my ability. I think I can give you the best answers on YouTube if you're starting a dump truck business. You know, the realist answers. People like Justin, they're just going to blow a whole bunch of smoke. They're not going to show you any facts. They're not going to show you any numbers because they can't, because it's embarrassing. Justin will never show his QuickBooks online. I've shown mine. I got nothing to hide. Uh, you know, Justin's a wussy. He doesn't want to show his books or nothing like that. He just wants to talk crap about everybody else, mainly because he can't show how good his business is. Also, I'd like to address some of the cheap shots Justin took on his video. For one, you don't ever insult somebody's wife or kids or parenting style. You need to keep that shit to yourself. That's not something that's supposed to be discussed on the internet. Okay? I think that's a little bitch move of you, Justin. And if you want to talk about parenting, you got no place to talk about it. Because my kids are obviously doing better than yours. And then you want to go and say, oh, let me give you some advice, Brian. Don't park your stuff at your house. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah, well, not everybody has a mommy and daddy that owns a shop where you can park your stuff. Okay? And how about you give that advice to Dominique? Because I think she parks her stuff at her house too. Or are you going to tell her about that advice? Honestly, I think your advice is garbage and trash. That's why I never ask for it. That's why I never ask for it anymore. I don't want your advice. It's trash. Last time I asked for your advice was when I bought this dump truck. I called Justin up and I said, hey, Justin, I got two options. I got an 18 speed or an Allison automatic. What should I buy? Oh, get the 18 speed. The Allison, you got to do $1,000 oil change every 100,000 miles or whatever it is. Stupid. I never should have took that advice. I should have bought the Allison 100% of the way. Allison transmissions are bulletproof, right? 18 speeds are not bulletproof. If you get a crappy driver, they'll ruin it, right? Crappy advice given from Justin. The main reason I stopped taking his advice though is the day that they had that live stream and Dominique the clout chaser was like, "Oh, Brian has a reputation of being a liar, blah blah blah." And then she wouldn't substantiate any of the claims that she was making. She wouldn't provide any proof that I had a reputation of being a liar, right? Obviously because it's false. So I told Justin, being, the guy that supposedly says whatever is on his mind and does whatever he wants to do, I told him, I said, hey, man, why don't you call her out and ask her, like, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Of course, him being a little beta male simp coward, because that's what he is. He's a coward. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ask her for proof. Because he's a simp. Anyways, get back to real dump truck content over here. She's got no character. Nobody likes her. People watch her videos because she has that okay looking face. And okay, barely okay. She's already hit the wall. It's coming quick. It's coming fast. The type of person, you know, I was when I first saw she had a dump truck channel, I'm like, oh cool, a woman dump trucker. I'm going to, give her a shout out. I'm going to try and help her with her content. That's cool. And then I see she has no character and she's going to go saying stupid clout chasing BS like, oh, yeah, Brian's a liar or has a reputation of being a liar. Oh, can you prove that? Oh, what? I didn't hear the question. Oh, block? Yeah. Yeah, you want to talk about somebody blocking somebody for asking a question, Justin? Why don't you ask Dominique about that? You idiot. Justin, it's funny too, because Justin on his video, oh, I get all those women. Dude, you don't got any women, dude. You got man boobs, okay? You don't get any women. Stop trying to fool anybody. What a clown. What a clown. Yeah, she ain't even cute though, in my opinion. She looks like a clapped out old dump truck. It is what it is. I'm just saying what it is. Guys watch her channel because they're simps. She has an okay face. Not for long though. Guarantee you those looks are going away quick. She's getting old. Not that it matters. Character's what really matters at the end of the day. You know? At the end of the day, if I'm watching somebody's YouTube channel and they make claims about somebody and they don't back it up with proof or evidence, I automatically know that they're full of crap. Right? This is why my channel is so much better than Justin's, because I've actually shown you guys my books. Maybe they weren't reconciled when I showed them. Maybe so. Maybe I made that error because I'm a redneck, right? But I showed them. Justin won't show his books. He's embarrassed to show them. I make more money with my one dump truck than he makes with 14. Yeah. I would too if I watched them, but I don't even watch them. So it's kind of hard to hit the button if you don't even watch them. The sad thing is like I get to see all the analytics of the viewers and stuff that watch my videos. A lot of them watch her videos too. It's pretty sad. I'm like, dude, guys, what kind of content is she giving you that is actually worth spending your hard time? Like, you don't get any of those years back. You don't get any of those hours and minutes back. What are you doing watching her content for? It's not helping you in the long run, right? Anyways, I digress. Anyway, so I bought a new dump truck. It's gonna be a Kenworth T880. Figured I'd tell you guys just for the hell of it. It's a T880. It's a simple 16. It's got 3 drop axles. If you watch the YouTube shorts, you get to see the axle spread on it. It's on one of the shorts. You're gonna have to go watch the shorts. You get to see all the funny shorts I made about Justin. One of them is the one with the axle spread on it. It's a T880. It's going to be candy orange, the same color as my Harley, right? My motorcycle that I have that Justin is jealous of. Why do you have a motorcycle, Brian? It's none of your damn business why I got a motorcycle. It's fun. They're cool. Especially the motorcycle I got because I customized it myself. It's candy orange. I got the Peterbilt logo on the side of it. I put that on there. Anyways, my dump truck's color matched to my Harley. I think one of the reasons Justin is jealous of my Harley is because he probably don't even know how to ride a motorcycle, for one. Even if he did know, he probably couldn't even stay balanced on one. He'd probably fall off, crack his head open. How long is the waiting list to get a Kenworth? So I ordered my Kenworth. What day was it? It was in October. I know that much. Tire would go flat. It would go flat. If he was sitting on it, the tire would go flat. Yeah, so I ordered it back in October, and they said April is February, April is kind of what they were thinking. That's what they're thinking. So I'm hoping we get it, the earlier the better, obviously. But they were saying something about April. There's so many factors that go into it. Obviously, they got to have the components to put the truck together. The bed manufacturer has to have the steel. They can't start on the box until they have the truck. Let me just run through some of the specs that I got. Let me answer some of these live chats first. You struck a nerve big time making fun of his man purse. Holy shiz. Yeah, I know. So when's the bank going to take your Harley? Yeah, they can't take it, buddy, because I own it 100%. I paid cash for it. Yeah, OSW box. Okay, so I spec this truck out myself. I got the Hendrickson Hall Max pads. I got disc brakes on the drivers and the steer axles. I got the Allison transmission, PACCAR MX-13. Obviously, the PACCAR is the smartest choice to go with these days. You know, if you think getting the Cummins is the cool thing, it is the cool thing, but it's not the smart thing business-wise. All the major companies have PACCARs, so go with PACCAR. It's the smart thing to do. You know, if it's just gonna be you and yourself, you're never hiring somebody. Yeah, then get the Cummins. Go have fun with that. If you ever plan on hiring somebody, get the PACCAR. Interesting how they left this blade in the air when this. You can tell this guy's never hauled a machine before. The way he chained this thing down. Wow. He chained it with the blade way in the air on the excavator. He put the blade. It's like a foot off of the deck of this trailer. Whatever. Okay, so back to the specs. PACCAR MX-13, Allison, Hendrickson Hall Max. It's gonna have an OSW box on it, which I thought OSW stood for Old Sturdy Weld, but it doesn't actually stand for that. It stands for on-site welding, right? I am getting a bed vibrator put on it. I am getting the load camera and the backup camera put on it. It's got a work light. I upgraded the tailgate to 1/4 inch thick steel, and the bed floor is 1/4 inch thick steel as well. Because I don't play around. Oh, it's a high lift tailgate. What that means is it's a hydraulic lifts the tailgate up like this, and it's dual purpose. So you don't have to use the hydraulics to open the tailgate, but you can, you know, if you got like, big concrete or something. Definitely a pintle hook. I got the pintle hook set up. It's set up for a pup trailer. I'm going to have all the plumbing and everything. The wet kit's going to be there. Everything's all done, right? I did a single exhaust stack. I didn't do the dual exhaust stacks. I think that's stupid. Why would you have a second exhaust stack that doesn't do anything? The looks thing doesn't do it for me. So I did a single stack. It's a 16. It's a simple 16. So it should theoretically be rated to haul 23 tons in just the truck, which is 2 tons less than a super dump. But I'm also going to be able to have the ability to pull a trailer behind it, a pup trailer, which I could pull a pup trailer behind this too, but it it almost defeats the purpose because you have the strong arm back there. That's like 2,000 pounds just sitting there. You're not using it if you're hauling a pup trailer. But if I wanted to, I could get a pup trailer for it, a tandem axle pup. But those are specialty pup trailers. I didn't want one when I bought this. I don't. I still don't want one. No, not getting it for the snowplow. Yeah, I've heard that from somebody else, Jay Rolland. Uh, I've heard that from somebody else too. Where the doghouse is, where you got the cylinder, is protected by this metal sheath, right? The floor is angled more, so when you go to dump it, it's steeper. More the stuff doesn't stick on it. I've heard of that. That's a good idea. Um, I did not get that done, but I might do that on my own once I get it. It wouldn't be that hard realistically. You just buy a sheet of metal and then you cut the little groove out, lay it in there, just weld it all the way around, and boom, there you go, a false floor. You don't really have to worry about too much support underneath it because the doghouse is protecting it from all the big chunks of anything anyways, so it's unlikely to get totally destroyed by something falling on it. Plus, if it's quarter-inch thick, yeah, it's probably so, you know, probably wouldn't have any problems with it. So yeah, candy apple, candy orange, candy orange. It's gonna be sweet. What's up, Doug? Yep, we got a new truck ordered. Ordered it back in October. It'll be here in April. It's gonna be candy orange. Same paint matched with my Harley. So I'm super excited about that. Very excited. Very, very excited. Also, some other news. My wife and I decided to buy a manufactured house to throw on our property real quick. So my house will be done before yours, Justin. And for half the price and half the speed. So my house will be delivered before yours. I think it's pretty nonsensical to build a house during these times. The price is too high. With the Fed raising the interest rates, pretty soon there's going to be deflation. People like Justin are going to lose their tails because their house is going to go down in value so quick that they'll owe so much more money on it. He doesn't realize it yet. He hasn't seen a disaster happening. All the major companies are laying off employees. Think about it. All the major companies: Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, Why do you think they're laying off employees, Justin? Never mind. You don't get it. You're still so stuck on, oh, look at me. I got the coolest new truck. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You don't own any of your trucks. You own 0 trucks. And I know the reason you went to Western Star. I know the reason you switched your Peterbilts to Western Stars. Because you could get the Western Stars cheaper. It's all about money, Justin. Don't fool yourself. They're not better trucks. They're crappier trucks. They're made crappier. They're junk. They're also going out of business. Oh, Andy's Tiger Construction's going out of business? Wait. The ones with the sideboards, the orange with you know which ones I'm talking about. Are those the guys going out? I think they only had 2 dump trucks though. 2 or 3. I think it was like a Mac or something. They had these sideboards that were painted in like tiger stripes. And yeah, and they had the tiger teeth on the grill. It was kind of funny. One of those guys got in an accident or flipped the truck on its side or something. I don't know. Remind me of Justin Business. One of his trucks got flipped on his side too because he hired a bunch of morons. Yeah, I would never live under power lines like that. That's pretty stupid. Those heavy duty power lines, man. If there's a windstorm and for some reason or another something breaks and it falls over, earthquake, you could be electrocuted to death. And then on top of that, you got to hear 24/7. You're going to be hearing power lines 24/7. And then if he ever brings a dump truck to his house, God forbid, some idiot employee is going to run into the power lines. I don't want to be behind this guy. This is the guy that's hauling that machine. It's got no bucket on the excavator. So he decided to chain down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this guy should not be hauling machines. That guy should not be hauling machines. He does not know how to strap down a machine. He does not know how to chain down a machine. This is how he chained it down, right? The blade is up in the air, and he put 2 chain binders pulling the blade down. If that thing bleeds off, that's going to be loose immediately. What? Really? You get shocked if it's humid? I never heard of that. That's pretty funny though. Yeah, you know why he bought that property is because it's cheap. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants property underneath power lines. Yeah, nobody wants property under power lines. And then the other thing is you're not allowed to build certain things underneath the power lines either. Duh, because if they fall and break something, then it's going to kill people. Anyways, I think it's pretty comical too that Justin thinks, well, I already know how Justin would sell his business. He would just sell all the trucks, right? And that would be it. Because his customer base isn't worth anything. My customer base, on the other hand, is worth gold, right? And I do have a contract that I signed with the rock quarry. And that's why I haul for him every single day. Justin doesn't understand that, though, because he's too stupid. He doesn't understand contracts. Nobody would sign a contract with that idiot, anyways. It's so comical. You know, when he first started his YouTube videos, he was the Snap-on junkie, right? And then Snap-on was like, dude, we're going to sue you if you don't take our name off your stuff. You got to quit clout chasing us. You got to quit using our brand for you, right? Because that's what he was doing. The only way his channel became successful on YouTube was because of Snap-on and because of his vulgar language. It's as simple as that. Anybody can swear like that and get views. What's up from Indianapolis? Hey, man. Thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, power lines are over the right of way, which means he doesn't own that property. Yep. True story. Justin is very smart. Keep your trucks a couple years and turn them over and buy new ones. I agree with that halfway. You can keep trucks and turn them over, yeah. But if you don't own them, you don't make money. That's what you don't understand, dude. When you're paying out $5,000 a month on a truck payment, because that's probably what his payments are, $5,000 a month, you don't make any money. You only get a certain amount of income from a dump truck, right? And if you're paying it all in payments, you make no profit. Now, I'm not saying you can't have any debt at all. I just don't think it's smart. Have as little as possible. Justin lives his whole entire life. Everything he has is debt. He's the bank's little slave boy. That's why he had to sell that service truck, because the bank told him to sell it. He wasn't making any money. He couldn't pay for it. He had to sell it. It's not because he didn't want to keep it. That was a cool truck. That was legitimately a flipping cool truck. The way he outfitted it and everything, it was sweet. I'm not going to lie. He has good taste. The problem is he can't afford his taste. He bought it. He couldn't afford it. The bank said, we want our money. Give us our money or sell that and give us our money. And he had to do what they said. It's that simple. You know? When everything you do is on debt, you have no control over your life. Zero control. That's what he doesn't realize. He has no control over his life. Me, I could take a whole year off. I took the last 8 months off, guys. You guys that are on my Facebook and my Instagram, you've seen all the times I was fishing. You've seen all the times I went hiking. You've seen all the times, you know, I was, just doing whatever. I didn't work for like 8 months straight. I had 2 employees working. They were paying for everything. Yeah, Justin, you're right. Employees do get pissed off when you start buying all the cool stuff and they don't get raises. You're right, they do. They do get jealous. I don't blame them. I was the same way. Everybody's the same way. You're working for a guy, you're slaving away. Next thing you know, this guy's off fishing every single day. This guy's off buying a jet boat. This guy's buying a Harley. Just buying all this stuff. Yeah, it's going to piss you off. It should piss you off because you're making all the money for him. Duh. That's what business is. The difference is my employees left better than when they started with me. Your employees leave worse. That's the difference. That's the big difference. And here's the funny thing. Justin wants to talk all the crap he wants on a phone call with Justin when I was first starting. I'll never forget when he told me he hired a guy that didn't even have a CDL to drive his dump truck. Justin was hiring people without a CDL to drive his dump truck. Why did he hire somebody without a CDL to drive it? That person, not having any experience, could have killed somebody. Could have killed himself. Could have killed a family. Justin admitted that to me on the phone. When I heard it, I was just in shock. I was like, what? You literally hired somebody with no CDL? Jay Rollin, that's 100%. Trucks don't really make a lot of money until they're paid for. Bingo. That's why Justin has 14 of them so he can barely survive. He wouldn't be able to survive if he had 10 or 7. He can't make enough money. He was trying to dig himself out of a hole by digging deeper. That's why he has all those trucks. It ain't because he's making money. He ain't making money. He's walking around carrying a purse with napkins in it for every time he can't sleep, and now he's crying himself to sleep with all the stress. That's why he was smoking 20 packs of cigarettes a day, because he knew how stupid it was. Everybody knows how stupid his business was. If you're smoking 20 packs a day, it's because you're stressed. All he drank was Mountain Dew. Darren, you got that right. I would probably be a lot closer to having a house. But while I was doing that 8 months, I was building my house. I was building stuff. I got my septic system done. I got my well done. I got my power installed. Not only that, I got the power installed that goes to my shop. All that stuff I did. See, Justin added up all the money I spent last year, and it was 100,000. And that's not even close, Justin. I spent way more than that, buddy. I spent way more than that. $15,000 just to get the power from my neighbor's house to my house with the transformer, and then another 5,000 to go from my transformer to my meter base, and then another 5 grand to go from my meter base to my shop, and then another $15,000 for my well, right? And then another $10,000 on my septic system. So add that up. Add it up, Justin. You're the mathematician here. How much money did I really spend last year? I got way more money to blow than you, dude. That right there proves it. That right there proves it. I got way more money to blow than you, dude. You're buying your Louis purse, walking around trying to be all flashy with the purse. Dude, I blew like probably 150 racks this last year. 150 easy. And I took 8 months off. So you want to tell me how my business isn't profitable? Tell me. Tell me how it's not profitable. If I got all the money to do all this stuff, tell me how it's not profitable. I can tell you, dude, I'm making more money with one truck than you make with 14 any day of the week. Any day, I'm making way more money than you. You'll never make as much money as me because you got man boobs. You got no brains. You don't even make sense when you talk half the time. You can't even make a complete sentence. And then you want to go brainwash your kid, giving your kid all these mochas and whatever, taking them to Disneyland where a bunch of freaking pedophiles are. That's what Disneyland is. It's a bunch of groomers. Let's talk about it, Justin. Let's talk about how I'm a good parent. I spend time with my son doing productive stuff, teaching him, making sure he's healthy. My kid probably do 5 times the amount of push-ups your son can do. So right there, healthy body is a healthy mind. Let's talk about parenting, Justin. You want to talk about it? My kid's in school. Just because I don't show it to the whole world Doesn't mean he ain't in school. Same with my daughter. They go to, it's Bordeaux. And the other thing, Justin, you have no room to talk about my wife. You don't ever talk about my wife on the internet. Talk about somebody's wife on the internet. You understand me? That's one of the things you don't ever fucking talk about. You keep running your mouth. One of these days, I'm gonna meet you at one of those construction fucking deals. I'm gonna knock the shit out of you. You also don't talk about people's religion. You do not talk about people's religion. Calling Christians weak-minded slave individuals? Are you retarded? Do you know how many Christians there are in the United States of America? When that company finds out that you're over there dissing them, calling them weak slave-minded people because they believe in God and Jesus, I'm going to see how well that turns out for you in business. I guarantee you it's not going to turn out good for you. I guarantee you that. You do not talk about people's religion. You do not insult people's religion. You do not talk about people's families. And you do not talk about people's parenting. Those are off limits. You can talk about my business all you want. You can try and make, make fun of the way I run my business all the way you want. You don't bring my family into this unless you want to get bitch slapped. You understand me? Justin's a little simp bastard who lives in Ohio who thinks he's king shit. He ain't shit. He ain't nothing. About to get his ass whooped. He keeps talking shit online. There, Justin, you happy? Well, I don't really care. Both you seem to get a lot of hate on YouTube for being idiots. No, that's not the worst thing, buddy. The worst thing is Justin's gonna go out of business, and his family's gonna be left on the street because he can't provide when he goes bankrupt. That's what's good. That's the worst case scenario because he doesn't own anything. The difference between somebody who owns equipment is when the work stops, the work just stops. No big deal. Nothing happens. When you don't own stuff and you can't make the payments, the repo man comes and picks it up. That's the difference. That's the difference. Repo man's going to show up and take your stuff. That sounds like a good plan and all, WRC. Get the business running and then manage everything. But the way Justin did it, he doesn't own anything. So he doesn't make any money. You manage it once you own it. That's the difference. Yeah. I'm watching my driving. I'm on a 2-lane highway. There's nobody around me. I live out in the middle of nowhere. Worst case scenario is I hit a deer. Seriously, though, Justin, if you do watch this video, you better not talk about my wife again, man. You better not say nothing about my kids anymore. Because I will find you at the next Con Expo or whenever it happens. I'll find you, and I will beat the shit out of you. You understand me? It's not a joke anymore. When you bring somebody's family into it, it's not a joke anymore. Okay? You can keep the jokes about my business all you want. You can talk about how I'm broke, how I live in a camper, how I didn't have running water, this and that. You can talk about all that all you want. You do not bring my family into it. You understand me? That's off limits. That's my boundary. You start crossing my boundary, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh, and candy orange is the color of the new dump truck. Catch you on the next one.